Hi everybody, it's Medium Jody Jones. I'm coming on to share a very special channeled message that I received and to give you all a special Christmas gift from Spirit. So I have been awake since 4 o'clock this morning. It's Christmas Eve. Well, morning of Christmas Eve. And I was receiving so much information from Spirit, so many downloads were coming through that I laid in bed for a few hours receiving all of the information, and then finally was told, get up, start writing this down because it's not meant just for you. We're giving this so that you can actually share it with everybody else. So I got up and I sat down and I began to write everything that they were giving me. And it came out as, this is our Christmas gift to you. So I'm going to share it with you guys. I want you to know that everything that I'm going to read to you, that I'm going to give you, was channeled through Spirit. So it wasn't me sitting there trying to write a story or give you my perspective or give you my opinions on anything. And they were very clear as to how they guided the conversation that they gave me. I feel like they made it very light so that it could be well received. I feel like they made it very simple so that it could be understood. And they made it crystal clear to me that I was not to embellish or add any information because there is enough of that happening already. And I think that the information that they give us serves the purpose. And you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so super important, guys. Hi, as everybody's coming on. Good morning. Merry Christmas. I hope everybody is doing well. Please share this video. This is really, really important. It was one of the things that Spirit said in this, is that we need to send this message to as many people as possible, because right now there is some massive energy that's coming through the planet, and it is affecting everybody in a multitude of ways. But there are many, many people that are in the state of fear. And so that's what this Christmas gift is for us. It's a way to release us from the fear, to remove some of the denser, lower vibrational energies that everybody's experiencing, and to put you into a place of empowerment. Okay, so remember, everything that you were about to hear was channeled through me from Spirit, and it's a message for us all. Okay, so, and again, I'm going to make sure that I give you exactly what I wrote down. And I have to tell you, the really cool thing about this is it took 3 hours to get all of the information out. It literally felt like I had been writing for 20 minutes. That's how quickly the information was coming through and how clearly it was coming through. Okay, here we go. So I'm just going to read it the way I wrote it. We have become a species that is addicted to fear. It has become second nature to us all. It's almost become our comfort zone. We actually seek out fearful experiences. So think about that. Roller coasters, haunted houses, jumping out of airplanes, climbing mountains, swimming with the sharks. But how about the less obvious addictions to fear that we have? So the movies, the books, the TV, the news, social media, and even the Weather Network. So it's all completely full of drama to keep us engaged. It's what we call smart programming. So they know exactly what we like. And the best part of it, most of us don't even realize that we have this addiction, which makes us the perfect targets for creating a captive audience. So now I have to put this disclaimer out. This was important that they let me, I needed to let you guys know this. I'm not a licensed medical professional, and if you feel that you need medical attention, then you should seek out the advice of your doctor. Having said that, I have been a registered health professional for more than 12 years, and so I do know a few things about physiology and the human anatomy, and I'm a mother of 3 teenagers who have all been through the public school system, and so I've had ample opportunity to deal with viruses and how to support the immune system and how to keep my children healthy. And so the reason for doing this video is empowerment. And so what exactly does this mean? What purpose does it serve? So I'm hoping that this will help to release the firm grip that fear has on everyone right now. And so just to give you a little perspective of what's happening right now, a little reality check. So I have a very close friend who has been a paramedic in Canada for more than 30 years. And he's what we call a frontline worker. He is the frontline worker. And so, in fact, if you have an acute medical emergency, the paramedics are going to be the ones that are going to try and save your lives. And so it's the sole purpose of what they do. It's their entire job. Their job is to keep you alive. And so I asked him how the virus was affecting his work. So I'd been thinking a lot about this lately, seeing a lot of stuff on TV, on the news, online, and even on, some of my favorite medical drama TV shows that I watch. And so, you guys are seeing the same stuff that I'm seeing. So we're seeing the hospitals at maximum capacity. We're seeing sick and dying people. We're seeing people on ventilators. We're seeing people on life support. And we're seeing lots and lots of death and dying. And so it was interesting because he said to me that they were busier than they've ever been right now. But it wasn't from people being sick with the virus. It was from people being sick from fear. So yes, from the stress of it all. So the biggest amount of calls they were getting that were from people who were scared sick. Scared sick. And these people were experiencing mental health emergencies. And so one really important thing that we need to never underestimate is the power of stress and the effect that fear has on the physical body. And please share your comments in there. So Jackie's saying that she's a nurse. If you have an experience with it, please, that's why I'm doing this live, so that everybody can leave their comments in there of what they're experiencing, how they're experiencing, what they are seeing. And if you're certainly a health professional, please leave your comments in there for everybody to see. So here's the thing about fear and being afraid. So in small doses, it's fine, right? So we're highly adaptable beings. Just look at how, good we are, how able we are to watch a horror movie or read a scary book. And when we do that kind of stuff, it's like slow and easy drips of fear. So it's slowly being released into our nervous systems, and so slow and easy that in fact we don't even realize that that's how our addiction begins. And so here's the interesting thing. If you were to hook yourself up to a heart monitor or a blood pressure machine while you were actually watching or reading anything that was scary, you could clearly see that what you were experiencing, whether it was real or not, was having a definite dramatic effect on your physical body. So your heart rate would increase, your blood pressure would rise, stress hormones would begin to seep into your body, so cortisol and adrenaline. And now what happens is, because there's no actual physical threat happening to you, and your body doesn't have a way to expel these extra stress hormones, what does your body do with it? You're full of adrenaline, you're full of cortisol, you're feeling anxious, you're feeling nervous, your blood pressure's up, your heart rate's up, your pulse is fast. You could be feeling clammy and dizzy and out of sorts. And what are you supposed to do with this now? You've got all of this stuff flowing through your body, and you're supposed to be doing something with it. Okay, sorry guys. There's so much information that I received. I just want to make sure that I give it to you the way that I received it. And so now that your intricate system, your immune system, this magical piece of you that you have, has the stress hormones in it, and it's in your blood, it's flowing through your body, and it has no place to go. And you're not going to run, you're not going to go do some exercise to burn it off. And so now what happens is this actually becomes stuck in your body, and it becomes inflammation. And so remember, and this is my side of it, everything is energy, right? We understand this. You guys hear me say this all the time. Everything is energy, and energy never dies. It never disappears. It just changes form. And so now we have all of these human beings that are living with some sort of inflammation in their body from these stress hormones. And so this buildup of these stress hormones is constantly creating a source of attack on our immune system and creating an imbalance in the body. And what that does is it keeps our highly intelligent immune system busy all of the time. And so what's the first thing that we have been programmed to do once this highly intelligent defense and support system becomes alerted to an invader? Well, we try to silence it. So think about your immune system as one of the most intuitively intelligent computer programs around. So just like the computer program that you have in your new cars. So I bet you guys never thought about that much. I never put much thought into it, and then Spirit gave it to me in this way. And so think about the technology in your car. Your car has a whole computer system that is a program that's running constantly, that's designed to be hypersensitive, right? So it notices anything that goes wrong. If your tire goes low, there's a sensor that gives you an alert. If your fluid levels need topping up, again, you'll see another sensor. If you need an oil change, you'll get an alert, you'll get a notification. And if something major like your engine overheats, an alarm will go off, right? You'll have a loud noise that will make you stop and do something about it. And so now I know for a fact that when this stuff happens, you don't ignore it. Hopefully you don't. Because if you tried to silence the alarms or the warnings, you likely would end up on the side of the road with a broken car. And nobody wants that. Nobody wants to be stranded. And so yet, with this highly intelligent built-in healing system that we all have, our immune system, it gives us a warning that something is wrong, or that we have something like a virus that's trying to attack us. The first thing that we have been programmed to do is A, ignore it, or B, silence it. And so how do we silence it? So most of the time we take a pharmaceutical, we do something to suppress it, right? To stop the symptoms. And so what exactly are the symptoms? So the symptoms that we get when we're being attacked by a virus, for example, is our body's immune system, this highly intelligent immune system, communicating with us. And so it's letting us know that there is indeed something that needs our attention. And it's our body's way of calling 911. It's the message that it sends. It's sending help. Ask for help. We need help. And so what do we do when we get that message? So if you're somebody, and I'm not saying this in a judgmental way because we are all programmed to some extent, but if you are somebody who is programmed really well, you will immediately do something to stop the symptoms. And so doing this does absolutely nothing to support your immune system or fend off the attack in any way. And so it's kind of like you're not even answering the 911 call. Your body's screaming out for help and you are literally hanging up the call. And so the scariest thing about this whole equation is that billions of people have been programmed not to answer the 911 calls until it's too late. And so when they first started feeling sick with a virus, they take a Tylenol or an Advil or a cough suppressant or some type of pain meds that suppress or are supposed to stop the symptoms. And so what does this do to support the immune system or kill the virus? Nothing. It doesn't do anything. In fact, it creates the opportunity for the virus to build strength and conquer its target, which is you. And so this whole thing that's going on the planet right now is about a virus, right? And so we can clearly see that something is making people sick. We can clearly see that people are dying from something. And the experts, the pharmaceutical companies, our doctors, our leaders, they're all doing what? They're doing something to fight, to kill, to destroy the virus. Think about this just for a moment. Just let this settle in. What's happening about this? So this virus that we have on the planet right now is so contagious, so incredibly powerful, that it's taking out people by the thousands, by the hundreds of thousands. Now that's scary. That's it's enough to feel stressed about. It's enough to have anxiety about, for sure. And so our leaders, our doctors, our scientists, they rushed and they scrambled and they poured millions, maybe billions of dollars into being able to diagnose this virus. And so they now have state-of-the-art testing that can tell you quickly if you have it or not. Awesome. Yay. So just look at how those experts, those pharmaceutical companies have our backs. Look how they're supporting us. They're taking such amazing care of us all. They definitely have our best interests in mind, right? Oh, actually, let's think about this just for a minute. Okay, so you start to feel sick and you do your diligent duty. Remember, what the experts are telling us to do. Remember, we see it everywhere. It's on the news. It's everything we read. They are advising us to go get tested. And here's the interesting part. They are making getting tested, so easy for us. It's free. Doesn't cost you a thing. They are giving us an app to track the virus. There's advertisements. There's leaders everywhere telling us to go get tested. But obviously, there must be some kind of cost, some kind of money in that whole equation, right? So you could probably be certain that it costs something to make the tests, something to administer the tests, and some kind of protocol to get the results. And so we know that each step in this process is being done by people who are getting paid to do a job, right? Make sense? So sounds like it would be very expensive to do the testing, doesn't it? So who's paying for all of this? Oh, but don't worry about that. Remember, we don't want to worry about that. They've got our backs. They're taking care of us. It's all taken care of. Okay, so you go and you get tested. And now you find out that you're positive. And actually, let's be really proactive and let's test as many people as we can. Because you know how science works. It's all about the numbers. Or wait a minute. That's how business works. Isn't business all about the numbers? Let's see. Is science a business? Never thought about that much, right? Okay, so obviously nothing for us to think about there. We're just going to continue and move along. So back to this virus. You know, the virus that could kill you. It could kill you quickly, violently, torturously, maybe not a word, dangerously, savagely. Are you scared yet? And we just got tested positive for it. So now what? So now you go home and you call your doctor or 911 if your symptoms get worse or if you get sicker. What? How do I get better? What am I supposed to do to get better? So remember, the scientists and the experts and the leaders and the politicians, they've got our backs. Remember? No worries. So again, they have pulled out all of the resources, money, and scrambled to create the one thing that will save our lives from this mastermind virus. Ta-da! The vaccine. The cure? Oh, wait. That's not what vaccines do. They aren't even designed to cure anything. They are actually designed to be a preventative. They are technically designed to provoke an immune response. Did you know that? Okay, so let's get this straight. The expert, the scientists, the leaders have just spent billions, trillions maybe, of dollars on something that is going to help my immune system fight off this virus. Sounds promising, right? But what if I already have the virus? Who's going to help me now? Oh yeah, my immune system. And so, okay, let's go back just a little bit. If I get sick with this virus or any virus, because we're coming into flu and virus season, what should I do? All right, I got to get tested, right? So I'm going to get tested, then I'm going to go home, then I'm going to stay home, and I'm not going to go outside, and I'm not going to see anybody. And then what? I'm going to wait, and I'm going to hope, and I'm going to pray. It sounds incredibly stressful to me, doesn't it? Yeah. And so why isn't the doctor or the testing departments that are giving me my positive diagnosis sending me home with an antiviral? Oh, wait a minute. There's such a thing as an antiviral? So do you mean that's something that could and does actually kill and destroy viruses? Probably not this virus, right? Because this virus is a super virus. Just look at how powerful it is. I mean, it feels like a weapon of mass destruction. Haven't I seen this in a movie somewhere? Oh, never mind. Move along. No thinking required here. Okay, so back to these antivirals. Now, obviously, there's no scientific proof that such a thing exists, right? Or even works. Otherwise, surely our experts, our scientists, our leaders, surely they would be sending us home with an antiviral once we were sick, right? Why aren't they? Let's see. What exactly are these antivirals and where do they come from? They must be brand new, right? There must be no scientific data, or our experts would be telling us to use them, right? They'd be telling us to try and save our lives with them when we're sick. And if they really worked, wouldn't they be giving them to us for free? You know, they've got our back. I mean, just look at how generous and supportive they are by giving us this clearly very, very expensive vaccine for free. Okay, so no antivirals for us, but what does an antiviral do? An antiviral does what it sounds like it does. It kills viruses. And because they're mostly made of natural ingredients, they have little or no side effects. What? Okay, so this must be some new age, hokey pokey, hippie, natural health stuff. You know, the kind of stuff someone's cooking in their kitchen and sharing with their friends and their neighbors, right? I've heard of this stuff before. You know, you have to believe in it in order for it to work. There's definitely no scientific evidence to prove it actually works, right? Well, believe it or not, antivirals have been used since the beginning of time. Since the beginning, before Western medicine ever began. And actually, Western medicine used antivirals in the beginning. And so why did they stop? Must have been because it wasn't working, right? Or was it because it wasn't a good business for them? It wasn't a good money maker, and it was not a good investment. There was not much room for profits. Why? Because when they are easily accessible and they work, they create less sick people. And so no sick people means no need for scientists, hospitals, doctors, experts. Can you just visualize all of that money just going down the drain? All of that power, control, just being destroyed. All because we could take care of ourselves. All because we took back our power. We walked away from fear and trusted our guts, our intuition when it comes to our own well-being. All of this from an antiviral? You better believe it. Now, you have to know this. The supplement industry, the health and wellness industry, it's a big business too. I'm not going to try and pretend that they're doing stuff for free. But there's a noticeable difference in that business compared to the other business. It's about healing. It's not all about money. It's certainly not about power. And it's certainly not about fear or control. And so my point in all of this, Spirit's point in all of this, is about being empowered. So empowerment is healing. It reduces fear, which then reduces inflammation, which then heals your immune system, which then allows you to fight off a virus and become strong and healthy. And so through this message that we're being given, Spirit wants us to understand that we have been given permission to remove fear from our equation, to remove fear around our health and our wellness, our security, our well-being, and to remind us that we have options, we have choices, and we have free will. And we can break free from the fear timeline, the programming, the silent killer that is stress. So this is my gift to you, empowerment. And I want you to share this with everybody who means something to you. This message serves a purpose. It's going to help you to get out of alignment with fear and into alignment with healing, wellness, strength, peace, everything that you have come here to experience, everything that you have the ability to tap into and use to heal yourself. Empowerment. Okay, that is my gift to you guys. So please, please share this video as much as you possibly can. We need to wake up. We need to come out of the fear. We need to embrace who we are and all that we have. And know that we are supported. Know that we have options. And know that you're not alone. Okay, my lovelies, I am sending you all huge, huge blessings. Please gift this video to somebody who needs a wake-up call, who needs to step out of the vibration of fear and into the vibration of empowerment. Please, please leave your comments in there. Again, share your experience of how this whole pandemic is affecting you, affecting your family. And I hope that somewhere in this message, you find the hope that you need. You find that strength that you have. And you feel empowered. Okay, everybody, sending you all huge, huge blessings. And Merry, Merry Christmas.